Here to provide you with an update on some significant developments in the investigation pertaining to the tragic events that occurred at the Paddock Mall. That was a shooting that occurred just 2 days before Christmas. As everybody knows, on December 23rd, a targeted attack of violence occurred inside the Paddock Mall, resulting in the loss of David Barrett's life and leaving another innocent woman injured. Our hearts go out to the victim's family, friends, and all of those who were affected by this terrible tragedy. Being at a mall, this murder took place in a very public setting and traumatized many people who were there. That Junior was located and taken into police custody. Our agency, in collaboration with the U.S. Marshals Service, specifically the Florida Caribbean Regional Fugitive Task Force, and with assistance from the Marion County Sheriff's Office, has worked tirelessly around the clock these past 2 weeks to bring this case to resolution. I want to personally thank everyone who was a part of this investigation, especially our detectives as well as the agencies who assisted us, including the Marshal Service and the Marion County Sheriff's Office. I'd also like to take a moment to express our deepest gratitude to the incredible members of our community. The outpouring and numerous tips that we received from our citizens really played a critical and crucial role in resolving this case.
I want to offer my condolences to the friends and families of Mr. David Barron. Our hearts and our prayers go out to you. I also want to take a moment to thank law enforcement, everyone who is involved, the U.S. Marshal. They have worked tirelessly ever since the shooting in the mall. I've been in touch with Chief Balkin every day, and the amount of work that they put in to make sure that this suspect was apprehended is unbelievable, and I'm so grateful for the sacrifices they make every day to protect us. You know, we are a resilient community, but we will not stand for acts of violence like this. And my commitment to you as our mayor is to make sure that we work with law enforcement to make sure that we are doing everything in our power to address these issues moving forward, and that we are a safe and healthy community.
We are still sorting through a ton of these tips and leads. That reward, however, will in fact be paid out, yes.
Did the increase really help at the end?
I think it did. Yes, sir. I'd like to think that it did. As you know, we started that reward offer out of $5,000. That went up through assistance from the U.S. Marshal Service and then again from the Florida Sheriff's Associations. Look, you know, the simple fact is that Albert Shell Jr. is responsible for one of the more heinous acts that we've seen in Ocala in a long time. His criminal history alone tells me that he should never have been on the street to be able to commit this crime, and we're going to see to it that he served the rest of his life behind bars. He had his whereabouts pinned down. Law enforcement surrounded that house, ultimately negotiated with Mr. Shell for about 2 hours. He ultimately came out and surrendered without incident. He was taken into custody.
We know there was a lot of people at the mall when this happened. Is there any plans to maybe up security in areas like malls around the county?
Yeah, so, you know, Ocala's a growing community, right? We've got a ton of shopping centers. We've got the mall. We've got Heathbrook. A lot of locations where something like this could potentially kick off. I can say this, you know, looking back on some of the work that we've done just around the Paddock Mall for the 2023 calendar year, I think officers did over 500 security calls there at the mall without any increased security. So I think we're there. It's something that we'll look at certainly around the holiday season, make sure our community stays safe. So I'm going to start out with the first part of that comment, that we're seeing more violence. That's just simply not correct. You know, we've averaged, I think it's about 8 homicides every year since 2012. We ended last year on that number. The numbers of shooting, quite frankly, are down tremendously, which is a huge comment considering the population growth that we've seen here in Ocala and Marion County. So as the population nearly doubled since I've started, homicides have gone down nearly 60%, 40, 50%. So, and shootings are right in line with that. So, you know, I would argue that comment about shootings and murders have increased. They have, in fact, not. Why you hear about those is because we put them out. You know, we want to certainly make the community aware of what's going on in their community. So we are absolutely in front of this on our social media. We don't try to hide this. We don't try to sugarcoat it. We want our community to be aware of what's going on. I think that's why there's this belief that there's this huge increase in crime when quite frankly, violent crime is down, not only in Ocala, not only across Florida, but across the entire country.